and all they're going to see is And Saltsburg, on the other hand, perimeter. They got to keep firing from the perimeter. That's their strength. Get those guys that hit the trays out there, get them off. Homer's going to have to adjust the defense to do that. They're the visiting team. They need to stay away from turnovers themselves. They've got to be able to handle Homer's press. And I think the other key is rebounding. Whoever rebounds the best, and certainly the Trojans are going to need to do that, get second chance opportunities. They shoot that well. You give them more chances, they're going to burn you. So that'll be some of the big keys, I think, for tonight's game.
Saltsburg will be undersized in every game they play, but last week against Purchase Line, a much taller team than they, Dylan Cindric, number 25, was a real force on the glass. He played a tremendous game defensively and on the rebounding. He was just fantastic all night long. And Saltsburg's going to need that effort against a taller Homer Center team. Head coach of the Wildcats is Bob Rado.
Bob Rado, coming off the effort the other night, when your team put everything together, it seemed, you now have a full cast of characters for this game tonight against Saltsburg, and probably going to need them.
Absolutely. It's unusual for us because we've been putting pieces together all year. We're fairly healthy right now, and Saltsburg, they're going to live and die by the three, and we have to be able to go out and cover their threes. Down Saltsburg, they hit a ton of them against us, so we have to do a better job of covering their threes tonight.
Take us back to the other night, the ball game in which your club came out and you were hitting right from the start, and you put together that tremendous second quarter with that 18-0 run to start the quarter. As a coach, that must have been gratifying, and you'd like to see that sort of thing happen once or twice again.
Yeah, that was probably the first time all year we could sit back and relax a little bit. But, everybody to win in the game contributed something, and that's, the coach's dream. I think we played 16 kids, and a lot of good things came out of that game, but we still have to work on things. And like I said, Saltsburg is going to give us everything we can handle. They're not big, they're quick, and they like to spread the floor and put those shooters in place, and we have to be able to go out and cover them and stay with their quickness if they decide to go to the hoop with the ball.
And it's kind of an adjustment to the fact that they don't go to the arc and shoot. They go well beyond it if they need to.
They do, and sometimes our guys seem like we don't have to go out that far. They're not going to shoot it, but they launch those things. And like I said, I believe, I want to say Northern Cambria, I think, beat them the other night. But here again, they were 3 of, I think, 25 of, I looked at their stats in that game from the three-point arc. But if they're hitting, it's a different story. So we can't let them get hot here. That's the key to it. If somebody comes in and starts hitting threes and has confidence in his shot, he's going to continue to be successful. And that's what we want to take away.
Coach, I've had a lot of coaches tell me this year that this is a conference that we've got Ligonier Valley at the top and they're going to beat everybody, but everybody else can beat everybody else on the old any given night. That's the case with most of the teams that we've seen tonight. You get teams that come out and they are on fire like you were the other night, and sometimes they come out as flat as can be the next night. That consistency is kind of hard to get, isn't it?
You got to be ready every night, and I know, we really had our work cut out for us, and we still do, and it's an uphill climb for us, and the kids know it. And they know the pieces are coming together right now, and they're looking at trying to get to the KCAC, basically. And you're right, Ligonier Valley's, I think, above everybody. But we had 3 overtime games that didn't go our way. So we can't look back to what happened. We got to look to what's going to happen, and that's where our emphasis is.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Bob Rado, the head coach of the Homer Center Wildcats. Ward, he's talking about how a team can get hot or get ice cold. Saltsburg was ice cold against Northern Cambria. That came just a couple of nights after they were on fire against Purchase Line.
There's no explanation for it. It had to be driving Donnie Stitt crazy because Northern Cambria is struggling mightily this year, and the fact that they were able to stay with the Trojans the way they did, it's got to be upsetting. But again, when you rely on that perimeter shooting and it's not there, you're in for trouble. And the Wildcats are going to have to do their best to first of all, to defend it, and then not to give the Trojans second chance opportunities.
On that game against Purchase Line last Friday night, Saltsburg led for a good portion of the game, and in fact led right down to the wire as Dom Campbell hit a three-pointer to get the 1-point victory for the Purchase Line Red Dragons with 17.3 seconds left. That's how well Saltsburg played, and the kid that just shot from almost mid-court, Tyler Roman, well, he hit 5 of them in that game, and he was hitting from about out there. They make your defense extend well beyond what's comfortable for them. that leaves a lot of open space in that lane. And if you can combine that outside shooting with somebody flashing through there, you're going to get something good.
Yeah, it's a low percentage shot, to say the least, where he was shooting those things. But, you know, if he can make them, you've got to respect that. So you got to go out on him that way. And it's going to be interesting to see what does transpire here, how they handle that, how the Wildcats handle it defensively.
Speaking of hot shooting, well, Homer Center certainly had it the other night against Marion Center. That was a tremendous display, and they were right on it right from the start.
Yeah, got a lot of contributions. I think one of the big keys was Ryan Sardone, trying to get that boy going. And he had a nice night. Now, you were talking about rebounding and smaller teams staying with bigger teams, and it's really a matter of positioning. And Wildcats have got to be more. Don't rely on your height to get the rebound. Rely on your position. You box out. That's the favorite term. But if you do that and you got a height advantage, you're not going to lose many rebounds. The problem is you don't, and you get a smaller guy who gets inside you, and they box you out. They get the ball. It's simple as that. So it's not rocket science. It's just fundamentals, and you got to really exercise those now.
I think the term is rocket surgery. Back with more. The introduction of our starting lineups on the way. It is an Indiana Regional Medical Center high school basketball night from our S&T Bank broadcast booth on 92 or AM 1160, 101.1 FM, and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. All right. Split the IRMC at Chestnut with IRMC at the end of this break. You're going to keep this until I indicate to come back, because the national anthem, we'd love to air it, but it's just too quiet where microphones can't pick it up. So, okay, just keep playing spots until I tell you. Back to me after this one, please. Welcome back to the Homer Dome. Just had a very nice rendition of the national anthem. Normally our microphones aren't able to pick it up. I thought we could have had that.
Yeah, and I wish I knew who that young lady was. She's a Homer Center student, but she beat it out of here right away.
All right, here we go. Starting lineup, Saltsburg Trojans. First off the bench, Brady Yard. He's their big man underneath. Dylan Cindric is as well, and he's the senior starting for the Trojans tonight. Josh Gibbons, the junior, gets the start tonight. It's a change from last week when they played at Purchase Line. Tyler Roman is a three-point sharpshooter for the Trojans, and rounding out the starting lineup, Dylan Palmer. He is a junior as well. So for the Trojans, it is Palmer, Roman, Cindric, Yard, and Gibbons. Here come the Homer Center Wildcats getting the big hand. Ryan Sardone, the sophomore at 6 feet 5 inches tall. First off the bench for Coach Bob Rado. Junior, Jaden Ivanik. Next off the bench, sophomore. He is 6 feet 3 inches tall. the junior Blake Henry. 6'2". Gives him some quality minutes.
Yeah, he's
getting better.
He's played well here, and he's an important link in this team if they're going to have any success. He's scoring double digits.
Back in the lineup after missing a few games, Kobe Doherty for the Wildcats. He can go inside and outside. And so can this fellow, the senior. Tanner Yancey.
He's the guy that's going to make them go. Tanner's got to have big games now. He is the team leader. He's played for 4 years. Been on championship teams. He knows all about it. Got to be a leader now.
6 feet 2 inches tall. He is a senior for the Wildcats. So it's Yancey, Sardone, Henry, Ivanek, and Doherty for the Homer Center Wildcats. And Bob Rado will rotate people in. You heard him say in the pregame, put 16 guys in the game the other night. 13 of them scored.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see that many tonight. I think they're going to have to keep his bench pared down to about 8 on the rotation, although he's still not settled on, a group just yet. So we may get 10, 12 deep yet.
Oh, he did line change, 5 wholesale last week in the game against Marion Center. Tonight you can watch the game if you'd like, and that, of course, on SeaWorld satellites. Join us. We'll provide the audio. They'll provide the pictures. And here we go. Tony Satil will put the ball in the air. It's Dylan Cindric jumping against Jaden Ivanek. And here we go. Ball in the air. Game underway. Tip controlled by the Saltsburg Trojans. And Tyler Roman will feed it to Dylan Palmer.
They're going to put Vanek out on Tyler Roman, so he's going to chase out there. Long arms.
1-3-1. Palmer. Ivanek. The kick left, there's Roman, first 3 of the night is too strong. The rebound comes down to Blake Henry of Homer Center. And he'll fly up the floor and then come right back out of there.
Good move.
Doherty on the right wing, feeds Ivanek down the baseline he goes. Feeds it into the lane, nice little bounce pass. Henry's two. A 2-pointer from Blake Henry, and Homer Center jumps out 2-0.
Yeah, it's a good thing. Jaden did not try to force that shot. Found the open pass, made it.
I think what's interesting is Josh Gibbons' pass, they're going to say that went off Josh as Tanner Yancey bothered him and tipped the pass off the leg of Gibbons. That's a Saltsburg turnover. How much confidence does the win over Marion Center give to this Homer Center team? They really have a lot of jump in their legs.
Well, if they get something going with that press, they're trapping midcourt a lot, and it looked like they had a little success already, so that's encouraging.
And this is their big lineup with Henry and Yancey running the point for Homer Center. They go into the lane. Ivanek about 2 feet inside the free throw line. They let him alone, and Jaden made him pay. 4-0.
Jaden's extending this zone down now. They're trying to trap as the ball crosses the timeline. They let it go that time.
Roman of Saltsburg lobs it across court to Gibbons, and then the lob right back. And the two of them will play long-range passing. Now they'll go into Brady Yard, who'll kick it back out. Roman on the wing, thought about a 3. Now he goes low. Outside, Gibbons, 3, too strong. Battling for the rebound. Yard rips it away from Sardone. He got it up and down, and a foul.
Yeah, Brian cannot allow that to happen. He's got to take control in there.
Brady is a very adept big man. And the foul will be on Sardone, his first. A chance for a 3-point play for Brady Yard of Saltsburg, and he cleaned it up. 4-3. Wildcats lead. And Saltsburg thinks about trapping, and if I'm Saltsburg, I go ahead and try it because I know I don't have pure guards out there. Henry goes left side for Homer Center, drives to the baseline, puts it up from 5 feet away, misses, cycles through, and the rebound tipped right back to him. Into the lane and a kick out now. Ivanek. Down the lane comes Jaden. Cindric will reject, but somebody got him first. It's a foul that will send Jaden Ivanek to the line.
25. Yep.
Still in Cindric.
Cindric picks that up.
Met Dylan's dad the other night. Nice man, nice kid. Here's Jaden. Shooting 2, and the first one is a little strong. 4-3, Homer Center leads at 6:05 left opening quarter.
I tell you, you hear me say this all the time. This time of year, these foul shots are huge from first quarter on.
The second one, that won't go either, and Cindric will clear the rebound for Saltsburg. So a missed opportunity there for Homer Center.
Got to make them.
Dylan Palmer Evanek gets after, and the ball is free to the floor. Palmer goes. Yancey got a hand on it. The possession arrow is going to point, I believe, to Homer Center. Yeah, it does.
Ball never clearly in anybody's possession there. It really wasn't tied up. Tanner was able to get it clean, but got the jump call, so they had to take the alternate possession.
Here is Henry at the top of the circle against that traditional Saltsburg 2-3, only the Trojans are basically going box and one on Yancey. Henry up top, little jump stop in the lane, rejected by Cindric, who just flicked the ball up in the air and pulled down the rebound. Nice job by Dylan Cindric
he
there.
Shut that drive off. Henry tested him.
Palmer, there's a cross court to Roman, alone on the wing for three. Won't go. Rebound Dylan Palmer, and
there's
Saltsburg gets another
rebound
chance.
I talked about as a key. There's a travel.
Travel on Josh Gibbons. And that is the third turnover on the Trojans here in this first quarter.
The thing about the perimeter shooting the way they are is you get a lot of long rebounds, and you know, that could serve Homer well, but they're packing it in right now, and it doesn't.
Kobe Doherty, a wing three from him. Well, there you go. He rattled that one in from three, and Kobe back after missing for medical issues, and a three-pointer.
Yeah, he's a good spot shooter. If he gets a chance, he did that time. It shows you what he can do.
7-3 Homer Center. Yard goes spilling to the floor. Gets back up. He's working low post with Doherty. Now this pass out high, and Blake Henry didn't time that quite right. Collided with Tyler Roman, and Blake is called for the foul.
Yeah, you can start reading these passes and cheat a little bit. Tommy was a half step too short. It ran right into him. That just puts another thought in your mind when you're going to throw it across like that.
Those soft lobs are a problem. Palmer has it slapped away by Evanek, but into the hands of Roman. Saltsburg operating far away from the basket in this half-court set. Palmer on the left sideline. He'll come to the corner for Roman, and now Gibbons. He'll drive it. Lost it on his way up. He's going to try a one-handed layup and scoop it around Sardone and put it right into his chest instead.
It's a good job by Ryan. He stepped out, forced him to make a move.
Pass low for Sardone. Yard ties him up. And the ball belongs to Saltsburg. Turnovers in this first quarter. 4 on the Trojans, 1 on the Wildcats. Our first Commonwealth Bank quick stats. First Commonwealth Bank, time to be first. Member FDIC.
Little 1-2-2 trap now by the Wildcats. Trojans don't have much trouble with it.
Cindric to Palmer. And he's lost his dribble. Yancey will slap it out of his hands and out of bounds.
You know, as simple as that was, Todd, it's one thing that this has been missing from this defense all year long is that kind of aggressiveness. Challenge everything rather than just, okay, he got the ball, we're going to back off and let him make a pass. That time Tanner attacked him. He wasn't looking for it, almost got a steal.
Here's Josh Gibbons. Yancey slapped it away again.
You got to keep after him.
Oh, he's after him now. Gets the pass off to Roman. Now down low for Cindric. Dylan has to control and does. His bounce pass for Palmer. Try to save it in bounds, and he does.
Got a turnover because of the aggressive D, and that's all it is, folks. It's not rocket science. I said there, or rocket surgery.
7-3, Homer Center leads it. A timeout on the floor on an Indiana Regional Medical Center high school basketball night. AM 1160, 101.1 FM, and WCCSradio.com. All right, you're going to give me 2 here, please. A 60. Ward, say hello to everybody on.
Ended up winning the district that year.
Good stuff.
In Saltsburg.
Remember the Brian Pizer teams for Saltsburg against the Josh Shoops teams.
Yeah, there were some great battles, and they packed it. They packed the places, boy. They played at the field house and just loaded it.
Play back in after the timeout with Homer Center leading 7-3 in the first quarter. 3.5 to go. Jaden Evanek for the Wildcats. Jumper just beyond the foul line. It won't go, and the rebound for Brady Yard of Saltsburg.
They're sagging back on Jaden, so he can't drive to the hoops, and he's going to have to take that shot. He's not real strong on the perimeter.
Josh Gibbons, and into the high post. Back outside, Roman's 3. He's 0 for 3 on those. He was hot as a firecracker, as they say, last week against Purchase Line. Here's Evanek for Homer Center coming the other way. Get around his defender, Roman, put it up in the lane, misses, but high for the rebound, and then he comes out to Tanner Yancey. Left side for Blake Henry, drives to the baseline, looks low for Sardone, and it's stolen away. There's Yard again.
Yeah, he's playing that center, and he's just occupying everything. They're trying to get it into Sardone, but the bounce passes just aren't being completed.
There's another of those soft lob passes. Homer Center, those are as tempting as can be, but they can't get them yet. Palmer gets it just inside the foul line. The jumper, no. And Sardone will clear it for Homer Center. Right side for Jaden Evanek. Nice little move down the baseline. Hammered by Brady Yard there. And 2 coming for Jaden Evanek.
Yeah, Yard's really, he's outmatched if he has to one-on-one with Jaden. He can jump so well, and he's got so many moves that he's good at those penetrations. The trouble is, he hasn't been real good at these foul shots.
Well, here's one that he misses, and he is 0 for 3 now in the game.
He's frustrated now, which isn't good. You're going to give Ryan Sardone a rest. And John Gearhart, I believe, is in.
Gearhart on the floor for Homer Center. John Calandrella on the floor for Saltsburg. Miss by Evanek. Cindric saves it in bounds, but right into the hands of Tanner Yancey, who has the easiest layup he's ever going to get.
Yeah, that's one way of getting in the ball game.
9-3. There's a good feed by Calandrella into Yard, but he's double teamed, gets it back out. Calandrella, he's hit by Yancey. 2 coming for John Calandrella. Last I looked at their stats, Calandrella was actually their leading scorer. The only guy averaging in double figures. Did not start the game tonight, but he's on the line now. First foul on Yancey. And Calandrella is clean. He had a tremendous game against Saltsburg, or against Homer Center a couple of years ago. Remember that? Nobody had ever heard of him. And he came out launching threes.
You just never know. They got shooters at Saltsburg. No 2 ways about it. He made these both clean.
2 for 2 for Calandrella. It's 9-5, Homer Center. Evanek, basketball right side for Homer Center, the Wildcats. He'll come outside for Tanner Yancey. A little ball fake, and then he'll launch a 3. Will not go. Henry contesting for the rebound. Yancey comes over. Boy, he fell awkwardly right into Donnie Stitt there. I thought there might be a hyperextended knee, but he bounces right back up.
He kind of lobbying there for a tip off of Saltsburg. Didn't get it, so Homer's got to play D again.
Roman lost his dribble, finds Calandrella. Down the lane he comes. In traffic, I believe Gearhart will be called on this reach. 4-0 is Blake Henry, who says, what, who, me?
That's 2 on him. And they don't want to get any of these guys in foul trouble. Henry's been playing very well.
Tyler Roman swinging across. Calandrella 3, softly on the rim. It doesn't go. And then Evanek is going to be called for going over the back of Brady Yard.
That becomes a 15 foul on Homer. Already they're packing him up.
Substitution, Chris Ober replacing Blake Henry for Homer Center.
This is a good perimeter shooter, Chris Ober, so it's much for him there as Homer gets on the offense.
The inbounds for Yard. Little reverse over his head. It didn't go. Kobe Doherty bothered that shot, but that was a nice little move by Brady. And here comes Homer Center. Over to the right side for Doherty. Kobe looking things over. Back up top for Chris Ober. On the wing, Doherty again. Swing it left. Yancey 3. Short. Rebound, Yancey chases after it. Tips it to Gearhart. In the lane, he puts it in.
Credit Tanner Yancey with that. Good hustle. Follow his shot. Boy, how often did you used to hear that?
All the time. Calandrella. Oh, good feed there. The drive, the dish. Yard can't hit the shot. Yancey rebounds. Yard steals it. Calandrella now down the lane. Left hand up and in. He's a spark off the bench.
He's playing like he wants to get his starting role back.
Now the steal by Calandrella again. Up the floor. The layup. The foul on Jaden Evanek will send John Calandrella to the free throw line.
Well, I don't know. Jaden Rand just jumped straight up. I don't know if he touched him much at all. Must have been with the body.
Those appearance fouls.
But it counts. Sean Patterson off the bench. He's going to come in for Jaden. And again, this is the thing you wanted to avoid if you're a homer. Getting into foul trouble, having to change that lineup a little too much.
Calandrella hits his first free throw. and makes it a 3-point game with Homer Center on top 11-8. Second one is on the way. And one almost expects that. And that is a lane violation. Wave it off. It went down, but it doesn't count. 11-8 with 43 seconds left in the first quarter as Tanner Yancey crosses the timeline.
Let's see if Homer works down and tries to just shoot for one shot, plays that type of game.
Michael Shirley on the floor for Saltsburg. He's another shooter. Remember his brother, of course, Danny.
Yeah, excellent player.
25 seconds left.
A lot of familiar names.
Kick right, Ober, 3 on the wing for Homer Center. Will not go. Rebound tip to Colandrella with 17 seconds to go. Donnie Stitt urges them forward. Colandrella with 12. He goes low, intending for Cindric. Ball is free. Cindric gets after it again. We're going to have a foul called on Sean Patterson of Homer Center. And is that the 7th?
I believe that's the 7th.
Already in the first quarter.
Yeah, already they're shooting.
A 1-and-1 opportunity coming up.
Boy, when you get the lead and you put the situation that the other team can get on the line anytime there's a foul, that allows them to catch back up.
8.1 seconds to go. Front end of a 1-and-1. Dylan Cindric hits it. His first point makes it a 2-point game. Roman out. And Brady Yard, he only got a second. Nathan Slapinski onto the floor as well for Saltsburg.
Saltsburg typically good foul shooters, and Homer has not got off to a very good start. So that's even in this game up right away.
Cindric 2 for 2, perfect form, and it's 11-10. Homer Center the lead. 4 seconds to go. Yancey to Ober. Chris step back 3-ball. Good at the horn for Homer Center.
Big bucket for Chris.
Wildcats at the end of one lead at 14-10 in Indiana Regional Medical Center High School basketball night. AM 1160, 101.1 FM, and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. It's a pretty smart move there.
Yeah.
Mr. Ober recognizing where he was on the floor, stepping back.
Yes.
A step back 3-pointer by Chris Ober gives Homer Center a 14-10 to lead at the end of one quarter, and the Wildcats get a second possession in a row because the arrow points their way to start quarter number 2. Toby Doherty. The Wildcats works the left side. He goes low now to Tyler Federico, his first appearance. The kick back out to Doherty. His jumper is short from 3. And the rebound for Cindric of the Saltsburg Trojans.
Toby would have gone a little quicker to the hoop. That ball came right back. He could have got that rebound.
Here's Michael Shirley, his first touch of the night for the Trojans. He'll penetrate on Ober, then cross it over, foul line. And he put the elbow into Ober and was going to do a step back jumper, and he is called for the offensive foul.
Homer's kind of shook them up a little. They went into a man defense that time, and Saltsburg kind of got out of the rhythm a little bit. Trouble adjusting.
So a 4-point lead for the Homer Center Wildcats. Toby Doherty has the basketball. Cross-court pass, Yancey dribble, elbow. Jott was bothered there by Palmer. Goes out of bounds. They're going to say that Palmer actually got the ball. Tanner Yancey lobbies for a foul.
He's looking for a foul there.
The official says, just be happy you got the ball, son.
That's amen to that.
Timeout on the floor, 14-10. Homer Center leads Indiana Regional Medical Center High School basketball night. AM 1160, 101.1 FM, and WCCSradio.com. With Homer Center leading 14-10, 7:16 left in the second quarter. Tyler Federico brings it in for the Wildcats to Chris Ober. And against that 2-3 Saltsburg zone, Ober's pass back for Federico. Tyler is not expecting it, goes off the hand and out of bounds for the Wildcats. That is their fourth turnover of the night.
Private coach Not says they're unforced. They're just a simple return pass and miscommunication. Homer man all over the floor right now.
And Calandrella is defended by Gearhart. Crosses over once and then back the other way. Kick to the corner. Shirley for three. In and out. Rebound. Cindric again for Saltsburg. Outside for Calandrella. Dylan Palmer now gets it. Down the lane he floats. Little scoop. That's a nice looking shot. Doesn't go. Shirley rebound. Feed it to Palmer. 10-footer no. Another rebound. Cindric to Shirley.
Too many. That's 4 rebounds on this sequence. Homer's got to box out and get control. They have no big men in the game right now.
Dylan Palmer for the Saltsburg Trojans. Here's Calandrella up top for Shirley. Ober defense. He's got a double team. And outside it comes. Calandrella again. Feed it to the mid-post for Nathan Slopinski. Here is Shirley. Slopinski steps out. He's lost his dribble, needs some help. And a 5-second violation. It goes the other way. Trojans not giving him very much of a target, and it costs the Trojans the possession.
Tyler Federico again stepping out. Ball, the dribble stopped. You're all over the guy. That's what you're supposed to do. He did a nice job. Forced the 5-second violation. Let's see if they can convert that.
Tonight from our S&T Bank broadcast booth, the pass low to the block for Tanner Yancey. And with his back to the basket, he draws the foul. This will be Slopinski or Shirley. It's going to be Nathan Slopinski.
Tanner's all of 6'2", might even be pushing 6'3", so he's not a small guard. He's inside there. He can rebound, and he can get up above these guys.
2-shot foul, and he hits his first one. 3 points on the night for Yancey. Brady Yard, Tyler Roman back on the floor for Saltsburg. And a second shot for the senior. Yancey, it's in the air. He got them both. Homer Center's lead is now 16-10.
You got to rely on your defense and a guy like Yancey now to keep you ahead while you got Vanek on the bench. That's going to be a tall order, but that's where they're at right now.
Dylan Palmer. Flash to the foul line, jumper, way high. Drew some air on that one, got the bounce, and it goes through. First points for Palmer. And Homer Center's lead is 4. Gearhart, nice jumper from Jonathan from 16 feet out.
That's how you practice those. Couple of dribbles and up you go, and that was all like a practice shot. Great job.
I practiced those. I didn't get them.
Well, I didn't either, but that's what you're supposed to do.
Going to have a foul on the offensive end against Saltsburg's Michael Shirley. They're going to call him for a bad screen, and he has picked up 2 all of a sudden.
Zach Zielinski coming in here from Homer Center.
Placing Gearhart. And it's Wildcat basketball. Zielinski will bring it up the right side. Come across the top to Chris Ober. Federico works the high post. Yancey now in the right corner. Goes into that high post for Federico. Saltsburg will tip it out of bounds. 5:14 left first half. Wildcat basketball. Inbounds. Yancey. 8-footer won't go. Federico gets the rebound for the Wildcats. Yancey's pass outside is stolen by Roman. Up the floor he comes. Missed the layup. The follow by Calandrella. And out front for Dylan Palmer. Saltsburg needed points there.
Another offensive rebound, though.
Now the Roman drive, and that's going to be called just a simple block out of bounds by Homer Center. A lot of contact. Josh Gibbons will bring it in for the Trojans. And Gibbons comes long to Calandrella. Swing it across Palmer. Wing 3. No. Chasing after it. Yancey saves it in bounds into Kobe Doherty's hands. Does the spin. Feed out ahead to Chris Ober. Down low, Federico. Great feed from Ober.
Boy, that was a great feed. He knew, Chris did, that he was going to be contested, so he just dumped off, drew both defenders. Textbook stuff there.
Really was. 20-12, Homer Center, 8 points their largest lead. Calandrella, baseline jumper for Saltsburg, doesn't go. Kobe Doherty actually jumped, landed, and jumped again to get the rebound. His pass up the floor goes through the hands of Zach Zielinski, who Should have had it, Jack will tell you, just took the eye off the ball.
Yep, was looking to make the next pass. Can't make those mistakes, though. I know I'm beating on this, but if you want to win the game, you got to be clean.
Calandrella for Saltsburg. Feed it right. Roman for 3. Won't go. Once the Trojans find that range, it may be okay, but they haven't found it yet. The save inbounds by Yard to Yancey up the floor. His feed. Federico misses the driving layup. Yancey gets the rebound. The putback a little bit too quick, and Saltsburg comes up with it.
Another missed opportunity there. Can't keep missing those shots. As you say, this team's going to start hitting. There was the travel.
Dylan Palmer, he wanted to shoot. He didn't like where the defender was, and he pulled it down mid-jump, and that's the travel call.
And this, again, is a go back, and we're going to get a timeout, so we'll shut up.
Okay, then 20-12. Homer Center leads at 3:42 left first half. Indiana Regional Medical Center High School basketball night. AM 1160, 101.1 FM. All right, I need 2 here, please.
Saturday, anyway. Cheer.
Basketball practices are canceled tomorrow.
Oh.
That's what that cheer was.
They must be expecting some weather.
They are expecting weather. They just made the announcement over the PA system that all activities at Homer Center are canceled tomorrow, including all practices and other events. Saltsburg and Homer Center matched up here. The Wildcats basketball 20-12 lead, and Zelensky's pass is tipped out of bounds by the Trojans.
Trojans ramping up their intensity on defense. Homer's got to be a little more careful with their passes.
The inbounds pass to Yancey. He'll miss the 3, but the long rebound to Doherty, and the Wildcats get it back. Here's Chris Ober. Oh, I thought he touched it twice.
I thought he
there.
did too. He wasn't going to say anything, but it looked like he did.
Kobe Doherty for the Wildcats. His cross-court pass. Zelensky alone on the wing for 3. Won't go. Doherty high for the rebound. Gets up over Gibbons. Outside, Zelensky will try another one. That won't go either. And then it's tipped down of bounds by Federico, I believe. Yes. Saltsburg ball. Homer Center playing without Jaden Ivanek on the floor. They will get Caleb Learn out for his first appearance of the night. John Gearhart returns. Ivanek out with 2 fouls.
Yeah, again, you got to get the ball to your shooters out there. I know Zach is in the game and hasn't had a chance really to get into any kind of group, but you got Chris Ober on the floor, and that's his specialty, so you need to find him.
Scoring has dried up. We've got 2:48 left in the second quarter. Homer Center has scored 6 points, and Saltsburg 2. There's Dylan Palmer low with Yancey. Oh, what a slick little move there by Tanner. Risked the foul, but blocked it out of bounds out of the hands of Palmer. Had inside position. Don Stitt, Saltsburg wants a timeout. 20-12, the Trojans trail, but they need points, and Donnie wants to try to find them. It's at Indiana Regional Medical Center High School basketball night. AM 1160, 101.1 FM.
Sing the song during the timeout.
It's supposed to be a 30-second timeout, and
they're keeping them honest about that, aren't they?
they sang it twice. 20-12.
They're fun.
Homer Center with the lead. Saltsburg with the basketball with 2:38 left in the first half. It's an important possession. Don Stitt recognized it, called the timeout. Tyler Roman made it good. The inbounds pass, Roman, a wing 3, drops down, his first of the night.
Homer had a chance really to extend this lead and got sloppy. Now the Trojans are picking it up.
5-point game, ball free as they go scrumming after it. Yancey comes up with it, drives it toward the basket. He'll miss the layup, but that's because he was fouled. He's got 2 coming.
They've got to finish these. And these layups, I think Homer's missed quite a few. The foul shots are the next category that they've had some problems with, although Tanner hasn't.
Tanner's 2 for 2, and he's shooting 2 here. And the front one is in the air, and it's off. No good. You thought that went in, didn't you? I saw you look up.
Yep, I was about ready to color in my little dot here.
It was deceptive. Second one for the senior is good. 5 points on the night for Yancey. 21-15, Homer Center. 2:16 left in the half. Here comes Dylan Palmer, right wing. Josh Gibbons. That's a nice release by Gibbons right in front of us. Over a 3-pointer from almost on the sideline.
They're
His
getting
first
some
bucket.
separation from this man defense now, and that's allowing them to post up and make those shots.
The 8-point lead is now 3 as Caleb Learn gets the basketball for Homer Center. Swing it through into the corner. Comes to Kobe Doherty. Out front for Gearhart. Driving, mid-range jumper. A little strong. Caleb Learn gets up and over Colangelo for the tip.
Big bucket. Homer needed that. Caleb put her in for him.
23-18 Homer Center. There's a cut for Palmer down the lane. He will be fouled. Kicked it out to Gibbons for a 3-pointer. And so this will be a 1-and-1 opportunity for Dylan Palmer. The foul on Chris Ober is his first. Team's 8th.
Saltsburg with 16 fouls, so Homer will be shooting on any foul with 1 minute 31 seconds remaining here.
Federico is back for Homer Center. Palmer on the line, front end. And too strong, the rebound, battling for it. Palmer comes up with it. Saltsburg gets another chance. Colangelo, left side Roman, alone for 3. Another, he got another. Once he finds his range, and he's found it.
You called that, and you know, as I said, those second chance opportunities, Homer's giving up rebounds. It's starting to hurt him now.
23-21 Homer Center. Wow, Federico got it low, and a little baby hook shot up over Colangelo for 2. Then Federico slaps this pass out of bounds on the inbounds. Good energy there.
Yeah, Homer trying to pick up with their 1-2-2 trap now. Now they're picking up man.
Inbounds to Palmer. Trailing by 4, the Trojans. Palmer will get it across the line to Gibbons with 55 seconds left in the half. Colangelo in the corner. Slides, and he just lost the ball on the dribble. He tried to reverse his course. His feet kept sliding. The ball went off his foot and out of bounds.
Big possession here. I know I keep harping on that, but these kind of games, possessions are important and they're critical, and you got to make most of it. Here's a chance for Homer to extend that lead again.
I was going to say, let's see if Coach Rado's going to play for the last shot, but he got a great screen up high for John Gearhart, and he went down the lane for an uncontested lane.
Yeah, they're letting him go, and I think they're finding out that's a mistake. Palmer's having trouble with his press.
And there's a pass that, just got through as Yancey got after it to the corner. Colangelo, a 3-pointer. It's over everything. 23 seconds left as Doherty turns it up the floor for Homer Center. Oh, he just carried the ball. He was looking for the set, and he got the ball stuck on his hip. The turnover by Homer Center will give it back to Saltsburg with 19.7 seconds left as Shirley returns for the Trojans.
Kobe's looking to make a pass, and it just lost track of where he was doing dribbling. It just bounced into him, and he carried it.
With 15 seconds left, the Trojans with the basketball. You watch Roman, because that's the guy they want taking the shot. Colangelo with 6 seconds. To the corner, Gibbons, a 3 from the wing. Yeah, Josh Gibbons. Saltsburg's heating it up, and the horn will sound. Whoa! Tanner Yancey from about 15 feet on the other side of the midcourt line threw it length of the floor, and it rimmed out. What a half. 27-24. Palmer, Gibbons, Roman, and Slapinski. Yard will start the second half coming off the bench. Dylan Palmer for the Trojans now with the basketball as the third quarter is underway. 27-24 Homer Center. Tonight from our S&T Bank broadcast booth.
Back in the 1-3-1 zone now. Henry and Vanek back on the floor as you indicated.
There's a long, long three from Gibbons off the front of the iron. The long rebound comes to Kobe Doherty. Ahead to Vanek down the lane. Misses the shot off the left side. The rebound cleared by Cindric. Outlet is to Gibbons. He's going to try to go one-on-one against Kobe Doherty. Got it up and missed the layup. Doherty the rebound. The outlet is to Vanek, who is called for a travel.
Jaden needs to slow down a little bit. There were two mistakes there. He missed the layup on the earlier possession and then tried to get ahead of himself, took steps.
So Ryan Sardone starts the second half on the bench for Homer Center. And Brady Yard for the Saltsburg Trojans. The two big men for the two teams. Maybe this isn't their style of game, this up and down stuff, huh?
No, they're looking to get more mobility, I'm sure, and Homer's D has to move.
Roman is alone on the wing for three. It won't go. Tall for the rebound is Cindric. Blocked from behind by Learn, who clears the rebound. And then here's Vanek with the pass from Henry. Shot will not go. Yancey on the backside gets that rebound. Kick out. Blake Henry. Ball faking down the left side. He'll be fouled. Two shots coming for Blake Henry.
Homer's got to make some of those shots. If he gets some good looks and they're not knocking them down, you cannot afford to do that against a team like Saltsburg.
That is the third foul on Dylan Cindric, and they definitely need him in the lineup. Henry misses.
Well, boys, about time they start making these fouls, or it's going to be a long, long night here.
Well, yeah, offensively for both teams, it's been a real struggle since that first quarter. Henry, 1 out of 2. 3 points on the night for him.
Like you say, though, either one gets hot, and Saltsburg has the tendency to do that. They can cut into or take this lead real quick.
Dylan Palmer to the right side for Tyler Roman, then crossing it back over. Palmer for three. Too strong, it goes up over the backboard. Ends up on the framework behind, so the ball goes to Homer Center.
It's a good opportunity here. Saltsburg had a miss. You have a chance to settle down a little bit. See if Homer can run some half court here and get us good field goal.
Tanner Yancey will direct the offense, come to the right side for Henry and then get it back. Now he'll swing it to the left for Kobe Doherty. Up front and then back. The two of them will play catch. Yancey has it now. Right side dribbles to the elbow. Good feed into the lane. Slapped away from Vanek, but Learn is there for an offensive save. Homer Center resets in half court.
Yeah, nice head fake by Jaden, but Saltsburg a better defensive play. They slapped the ball and he's mugged again.
He got it down the lane that time, and Trojans collapsed on him. I think Roman got him up over the shoulder.
He loves to do that, you know, to take these guys on. He gets a little bit of a gap and goes through. It's like a running back through a little hole to get to the hoop, and he gets fouled so much. You've got to start making these.
He is 0 for 4 and now 0 for 5 on that one. And another one coming as Brady Yard returns, replacing Dylan Cindric for Saltsburg. We played 2 minutes of this second half. It's 28-24 Homer Center. And Vanek a chance to add to that, and he does. Clean on that.
A little better follow-through. He's kind of jabbing his shots earlier.
Tyler Roman for Saltsburg. Cross court. Henry tries for the steal, and again, that's the second time Blake has been just a split second off in the timing, and it's cost him a foul. It's his third of the night.
Yeah, you're telling him, talking about those soft passes, that was another one. And had he had his timing down, that was a breakaway. He's going to have to come out.
Sardone ready to check back in. The lob to Palmer at the top, and then the cross court is to Gibbons. It's as if Saltsburg is just waiting for one guy to get hot. They pass from Gibbons to Slapinski. On the football field, that was one thing between those two. They hooked up quite often, but on the basketball floor, it was just a little too tall.
It was a nice combination. Gibbons passing and Slapinski catching.
And Slapinski and Cindric out there, they were his main targets. Tanner Yancey with the basketball for Homer Center. Dribble left inside the arc, the miss. The putback is by Learn, and then it's tipped out of bounds off of Saltsburg. Caleb Learn has been pretty strong in there for Homer Center.
He's a good athlete. Gets up, plays hard. just what you need in a game like this. You just have to, again, as I said, you got to convert some of these opportunities.
He will bring it into Yancey in the corner. Tanner puts the basketball on the, see, I said football. He puts the basketball on the floor. Into Sardone in the mid post. His turnaround softly in for Ryan Sardone.
Good to see. Got to get involved in the game if you're going to be out there, and Ryan finally did.
His first bucket of the night. Makes it 31-24 Homer Center. Josh Gibbons for Saltsburg. Ivanic got up and tipped that pass into the backcourt. Gibbons had to get it back. Roman now goes to Palmer. Roman again to Palmer, and now Slopinski, and back to Palmer, and Yancey says, nope, I'll take that one. Tanner, drive it down the floor, left-handed underhand feed to Jaden Ivanic for two. That was a pretty play.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Unselfish move there by Tanner, rather than trying to take the layup with a defender, made the pass.
Now the double team, and Jaden Ivanic is going to get a leg on that, so they whistled it down, kick ball. 33-24 Homer Center. 9 points is their biggest lead of the night. Roman to bring it in for Saltsburg.
Going back to the 1-3s has kind of bothered Saltsburg now. They're not getting those good looks that they had with the man defense. So good move by the coaching staff.
Calandrella back on the floor for Saltsburg. His three misses everything. We've now played 3 minutes and 35 seconds of this quarter, second half, and nobody has scored for Saltsburg yet.
Calandria. I'll have to keep saying that.
Calandrella.
So John Candelaria.
Okay.
Or Candelar.
You rest easy there.
I hate when I can't.
Big Sir. Left time it comes to Tanner Yancey. Three-pointer bounces once off the rim. Bounces a second time. Doesn't go. Learn tips it up. Ivanic then gets it. And he's tied up by Palmer. The arrow pointing to Homer Center.
Good play by Palmer. You know, you let Ivanic go, he's going to lay that up. So he contested it on the floor off the dribble and did a nice job of tying it up.
Cindric back in there for Saltsburg. They need his rebounding. They're just going to hope that he stays away from another foul. Learn to bring it in for Homer Center. Doherty up top and then gets it back on the right side. Kobe comes up to Yancey. The swing around is to Learn. 3:56 left in the third quarter. Homer Center by 9. Doherty on the right wing. Back to Yancey. Tanner. Doherty will step up to the top of the arc.
Trying to set screens for Tanner. Boy, you can't do that, Coach.
Palmer steps in front, intercepts, and on the way up the floor, he is going to be bumped by Caleb Learn. The foul on Caleb is going to be his first. And the Homer Center turnover was their second of the quarter and 9th of the game. Tonight from our S&T Bank broadcast booth, there's a timeout on the floor with Homer Center leading 33-24 in an Indiana Regional Medical Center high school basketball night, AM 1160 and 101.1 FM. 60 seconds, please.
It's really hard to call that. What? It's
We don't get a vote.
the Lord will work his magic however he decides.
.341 to go in the third quarter. Basketball belongs to the Saltsburg Trojans. Inbounds, Tyler Roman for three, his third of the night. And here they come again. 33-27 now. Wildcats lead it. Yancey for the Wildcats. Swing it left. Up top for Kobe Doherty. Right side, Caleb Learn. Saltsburg in that 2-3. 1-2-2 actually this time. Yancey dribbles to the baseline. His jumper from 14 feet won't go, and the rebound from Tyler Roman brings it up the floor for the Trojans. Here's Dylan Palmer. All the way across to Calandrella. And then Palmer up top, or Roman.
I just got a correction on that pronunciation. His mother, Calandrella. Calandrella is what she said.
Palmer for 3 for
Okay, Dylan Palmer.
for the Saltsburg Trojans. They're climbing right back in
They were
this.
down 9, now they're down 3. That's how quick that's three-point shooting can bring you back, and Homer has got to convert again.
Thanks to Mrs. Calandrilla for letting us know.
Yeah, well, I needed help.
Been calling that kid by the wrong name for 3 years. There's Evanek on the baseline off the glass for Jaden. That was too easy there. Saltsburg gave up a bucket they needed to contest a little harder.
Homer needed it. So they got a 2-possession game again.
35-30. There's Palmer, another wing 3. It won't go. Cindric high for the rebound, and then the jumper from Dillon. And a foul is going to come from behind, or is this on Learn up front?
I thought it was Learn. We'll see here real quick. 4-3. Yep, Caleb Learn jumped into him.
It's going to be a 2-shot foul for a Dylan Cindric.
Well, we got to keep the mothers happy, and certainly I don't want to be doing that.
Whatever we can do. Cindric will miss his first one.
Well, typical of this Trojan team. Generally, they'll make these foul shots.
Here comes the second. 35-30 Homer Center, and 35-30 it remains as it misses, and then it's tipped out of bounds by Yard of the Trojans.
Boy, you won't see that often. It's a Saltsburg player missing 2 foul shots. Let's see what Homer can do now.
By the way,
this has been a good ball game. Hard fought. It's a playoff game. That's the way it's been handled.
There's Tanner Yancey to the corner. Evanek thought about shooting it from there, and then he pulls it back out. Swing cross is intercepted by Dylan Palmer. Up the floor he comes. Left side, Roman, 3-ball. Yancey was there and got him. This is going to be a 3-shot foul for Tyler Roman.
You know, I don't know. You just don't contest those. Once it's off, you're jumping into the man and allowing them to shoot 3. And
second foul on Yancey.
That was just a double mistake. A bad pass and then a bad foul.
Wearing your heart on your sleeve there.
I'm telling you.
First one from Roman is good. We saw him just light it up at purchase line, and he's getting hot again.
Yeah, this is just too good a team to make those kinds of mistakes. And I just saw Bob Rado get up as soon as Jaden made that bad pass. You could tell it was upsetting him.
2 for 2 for Roman. Learn is out. Gearhart back for Homer Center. Third shot now in this 3-shot foul for Tyler Roman. And it is good. He has 12, and it's 35-33 Homer Center. 1:53 left in the third.
That just allows them to hang around too. You know, they make their fouls. You can't put them on that line.
2-3 zone from the Trojans. Gearhart left side high, comes to the baseline for Sardone, and the Wildcats will call timeout. They lead it by 2. 1:39 left in the third. Indiana Regional Medical Center High School Basketball Night, AM 1160 and 101.1 FM.
30-second variety here.
30 seconds, please. Well, sometimes we get it, but it's by way of a phone call that's angry, so we appreciate that. She was nice about it.
Well, I wanted to. I just could not get all those vowels out.
35-33 Homer Center. 1:39 left in the third quarter. It's Wildcat basketball. Their end of the floor. Gearhart to bring it in. It's got Yancey in the left corner. Tanner will put it on the floor, come all the way around up front. And now to the right side for Doherty.
Trojans have stayed in this D, and they've done a nice job really making Homer work for every possession.
Doherty will step out, get the pass with 1:23 left. Back to Gearhart. And now Doherty and Gearhart again. Gearhart motions Yancey up. See what the Wildcats can do here. They're just standing around against the zone
they're
right
not attacking this zone, and that makes it very easy to play.
Doherty on the sideline flipped it over his shoulder to Evanek.
A little too casual for
fall out of bounds. There's a nice pass down low for Sardone, and then Yard thought he had him tied up, but there's a foul call first. We'll see who it's on.
I think it's on the floor, and it's Homer's ball.
It is on the floor. It was a question of Cindric or Yard, and it's Yard. Inbounds to Evanek of the Wildcats.
That was close to a travel there.
50 seconds left in the quarter. 2-point lead for Homer Center. In the corner, it's Yancey. Up front for Evanek. Lob it low for Sardone. Nice job. Oh, Ryan couldn't make the shot go down. He had everything he needed.
Yeah, he just tried to flip it over the front of the rim. Unfortunately, hit the back of the rim and kicked out. Just banked those in.
Calandrilla to Roman. Yancey comes up to try to intercept, collides with Palmer. And for Tanner Yancey now, his third foul for Homer Center, their sixth.
He got to be careful. That's been a problem for Tanner early in the season. He was really getting a lot of fouls called because of his aggressiveness.
Shirley back on the floor replacing Yard for Saltsburg. The final 25.8 seconds, and the Trojans with a chance to tie or take the lead. Calandrilla with the basketball. This pass for Palmer is kicked out of bounds. And remains with the Trojans. Here's Calandrilla again. Palmer, left side for Shirley. Michael up top with 11 seconds left. Calandrilla. Palmer, top of the circle. There's Shirley. 5 seconds left. They're not watching the clock. Calandrilla is. There's the long three, and it's short. And the horn will sound. We played 3/4 of basketball.
Saying is, you know, if I'm looking at a team right now, Saltsburg more likely to eat it up than Homer from the perimeter. So Wildcats are going to have to get it inside. I would think Donnie's going to try to get Homer set up a couple of times.
Roman's the key.
Oh, Roman, I'm sorry. Roman.
Ready to go, the final weight of regulation, 35-33 Saltsburg, and it will be Saltsburg trailing by 2. It will be Trojans ball, though.
Leroy Gibbons is not in the ball game here. He was pretty hot in that first half. Well, we'll see.
There's Calandrilla, left side for Tyler Roman. He'll get the high screen and then dribble to the open spot just beyond the arc. The three-pointer won't go. The rebound, Cindric, that doesn't go on the putback. Yancey with a rebound for Saltsburg, or Homer Center. Up the floor he comes, and his pass, Roman got there to intercept, but he was out of bounds.
Well, I know Coach Rado's got to have these boys sit down and tell them, hey, you got to watch your passes, fellas. You're making too many bad ones.
Doherty will come baseline for Evanek. Against the 2-3, here's Yancey. Back to Jaden Evanek. Evanek on the right side, and he'll go low. He intended, I think, for Sardone. It went right into the hands of Gearhart. He missed the shot, and it comes right back to Sardone. He is fouled.
I think Brady Yard got him. I'm thinking.
I don't think so.
Nope. I saw him.
Yeah, it is. It's Brady. His third. And Ryan Sardone to the free throw line for Homer Center. Fourth quarter action. First trip there for the big man, and he hits the first one. That's nice form for him.
I know the last game we commented on that. He had 5 of 5 from the line, and he has excellent form.
Here comes another. 36-33, Homer Center. The second shot by Sardone is short. Yard strong for the glass for Saltsburg there. And he needs some help.
Good job.
Tries to get it out of there. He can't. Yancey will intercept. Low for Evanek. Jaden on the baseline. The turnaround. He got it in.
That's a good job by those two. Tanner getting the ball, then getting it to Jaden, and him making the quality shot.
38-33, Homer Center. It was a costly trip for Saltsburg.
Yeah.
Here's Calandrilla. Nice bounce pass into the lane. The shot from Palmer won't go. Now a scramble on the floor. Gearhart, Yard, and Palmer are all down there. On the held ball, the possession arrow will point to Homer Center.
Trojans cannot buy a bucket right now. They've had some good opportunities too. Just can't get anything to fall.
Inbounds the pass to Kobe Doherty. We've not seen Chris Ober in this second half. And it comes to Jaden Ivanek of the Wildcats. He will crash into Yard, who is called for his 4th foul.
Yeah, he's lobbying for a little bit of a purse off by Jaden. Jaden saw Yard alone in there. No, he knew he was going to take it to the hoop.
Now he shoots 2. 1 out of 6 tonight, and he'll miss the front one. 6:45 to go in the 4th quarter. Homer Center leading it by 5. Second shot is no good. Rebound, Cindric.
Well, he's having a horrible night at the line.
Saltsburg, and here come the Trojans. Tyler Roman will swing it across to Calandrilla. Into the high post for Palmer, and then back out at front it comes. Calandrilla works to the right. Here's Roman. Now to the low block. They find Yard, backing Gearhart in. And Gearhart is going to get him. Sort of looked like a building falling on the guy right there.
It's good recognition, wasn't it? Gearhart matched up against the Yard. That's a mismatch, and Yard made him pay for that. Good hard body check there as he tried to lay it up.
Brady's got nice form from the free throw line. Here comes his front one. Yep.
Got a nice touch.
Second one is on the way. 4-point game. Wildcats lead it. Yard to make it a 1-possession game, and he does that. Substitution, Gibbons onto the floor, replacing Yard for Saltsburg. It's 38-35 Homer Center. So a quick lineup out there now for the Trojans. They'll put Cindric in the middle with his 2-3. Yancey out front, swing it right for Doherty. Cobre, up top for Yancey again. Here's Ivanek at the foul line. Kick it left, Gearhart, that's a 3. It's clean. Jonathan Gearhart.
Yeah, since he's gotten to play a little more, he's really starting to pick up his offense there, and he's a better shooter than I gave him credit for. I didn't realize he can knock it down the way he has.
9 for him, and it's 41-35 Homer Center.
That was good patience.
Roman, 3 from way outside. It rims out, and Yancey clears it for Homer Center. Up the floor he comes to Doherty on the wing. High post for Ivanek in traffic. People swiping away at the ball. Palmer will knock it off the hands of Doherty. That's a Wildcat turnover.
I'm laughing here. Coach Rado, hands on his head. What are you guys doing? Get the ball out front. You've got a lead now. Work it.
He's checking to see if he has any hair left.
Well, they keep doing that. He's not going to.
From our S&T Bank broadcast booth, Josh Gibbons for Saltsburg to the top for Roman. Gibbons now to the corner. Calandrilla 3. It's short. Yancey the long rebound. Controlled break for Homer Center. 5:17 left in the 4th quarter. Wildcats, Ivanek, and a timeout called by Homer Center again. 41-35, Homer Center leads Indiana Regional Medical Center High School Basketball Night. AM 1160, 101.1 FM, Trib Live High School Sports Network. 60 seconds, please. .5:13 left in the 4th quarter. Homer Center 41, Saltsburg 35. Wildcat basketball, they have led by as many as 9 points That's your salute from the hardcore
Yeah,
fans?
they got me.
It's Gerhardt for Homer Center. He's harassed. Gibbons will swipe it away from him. Gibbons will bring it up the floor, flying in. He'll miss the shot. Cindric high for the rebound. Dylan Palmer, kick it left. Roman alone on the wing for three. It is short, but it bounces up and decides I'll go through. Shooter's roll there for Tyler Roman, his fourth three.
And again, Homer not taking care of the basketball.
Tanner Yancey up top for Jonathan Gerhardt. 4:37 to go. It's a three-point game again. Wildcats lead it. Gerhardt try to correct that. He puts the three up and misses. Ivanic gets the tipped rebound. Yancey will be called for the travel. Turnovers by Homer Center. They're third of the quarter, sixth of the half, and 13th of the game.
These are mental type mistakes. They're walking into things that Tanner got the ball and just kept moving before he dribbled. He knew it. You got to think ahead now. With the lead, you've got to play protective.
Up top for Michael Shirley of Saltsburg. Here's Dylan Palmer. Back to Shirley, and the long three. Wow. Shirley, that's his first attempt tonight, I think. He'll miss it. Gibbons will save it in bounds, but right into the hands of Ryan Sardone. Now Gerhardt lets Gibbons flow right by him. Roman will clear the rebound. Here comes Saltsburg with a chance to tie again. Left side for Palmer. Kick to Gibbons. He'll miss a three, but the foul will be called first, and it's a floor foul.
It's seventh, though, and that'll put them on the line.
Palmer will go. Shoot 1-1.
Saltsburg has 5 team fouls, so it won't be long before Homer's on there.
Dylan Palmer shooting a 1-on-1. You can't see that. Here comes the front end. And he got it. Palmer makes it a 2-point game, 41-39. And there's a whistle. And checking something at the scorer's table. I don't know if Bob Rado requested this or not. And we're going to have sliding people off of the free throw line and something going on. They called timeout, I guess. Don Stitt is arguing for something. I think what it is he's saying my player had the basketball in his hand. You can't call a timeout when he's ready to shoot. He's not going to win that one. 41-39, a timeout by Homer.
Homer really not taking advantage of the opportunities they had. They're going to end up behind.
3:50 to go in the fourth quarter, and Dylan Palmer is back out there ready to go to shoot the second end of this free throw. And I think that was exactly what it was. Bob Rado called the timeout. The officials didn't have to give it to him, but they did anyway. And so Palmer had to give the basketball back. Now he'll get it again. Here come the Wildcats.
Blake Henry in the ball game for Homer. He's got some offensive skills. Needs to stay on the floor now. He's got a situation where he should be able to do that with 3:50 to go.
Palmer's second shot is no good. The rebound for Yancey. Don Stitt, disdainful wave at the official for granting that timeout.
Yeah, and that probably affected the shot.
Got a point. Here's Ivanic for Homer Center. Kick out is for Henry. Wildcats might want to be taking the air out of the ball here now, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Ivanic to Yancey into the lane, and then he'll pull back out of there. Cross-court passes to Henry.
You're right. They don't want to make a bad pass.
Nice bounce pass there to Ivanic. Doherty. Oh boy, they call him for the travel. Bob Rado telling Kobe Doherty, get rid of the basketball.
Homer's done that a lot tonight. You know, they're moving before they're looking to make a pass before they take the dribble. And, well, nevertheless, it cost them big time.
Saltsburg again a chance to tie or take a lead. Shirley, he wants Roman, but can't find him. Don Stitt called the timeout. He was afraid he was going to lose that possession.
5-second violation.
3:06 to go, fourth quarter, 41-39. Homer Center, Indiana Regional Medical Center. Center is at United. Ligonier Valley at home next week. It's not an easy schedule.
United's going to be real tough.
Saltsburg has West Shamokin and United at home. .306 left, fourth quarter. Saltsburg basketball. Dylan Palmer to Josh Gibbons. 41-39 Homer Center. Palmer down the lane he comes. He got that shot up and down, but the foul came first. I believe it's on Jonathan Gearhart. No, it's not.
I think it's
Jaden Evanek.
Jaden Evanek, which is just his third. That's on the drive. It is a 1-and-1 though, and Saltsburg's still sitting on 5 team fouls, so they got one to give yet.
Dylan Palmer. He's shooting a 1-and-1 here. The first one is in the air and good. It is a 1-point game.
I'll tell you the difference right now is the foul shooting. Trojans have been knocking theirs down. Homer has not.
Palmer to tie. He does so. All knotted up at 41 with 2:58 to go.
Well, we said it'd come down to this. Well, if it didn't.
Tanner Yancey of Homer Center to Blake Henry. Across the top they come. Saltsburg will sit back in that 2-3 zone. See if Homer Center lets him. Yancey to the corner for Gearhart, and back up front it comes. Here's Blake Henry.
Watch for Kobe in the back.
You think Saltsburg needs to extend this?
No, I think they're fine because Homer is real cautious with these bad. Nobody's really looking to penetrate, and that's been their strength this game.
There's Tanner Yancey again to Blake Henry up top. Henry will penetrate, come to the corner for Doherty. Kobe puts it on the floor. Nice no-look bounce pass there to Evanek. Jaden to the corner, he picks up his dribble and then has to throw it all the way out front. 2:10 left. Down the lane comes Henry. Foul is on the floor. It'll be the 6th team foul on Saltsburg. And the foul will be on Shirley, his 3rd.
Cats have got to be looking for rebounds too on those penetrations.
All tied up at 41. Blake Henry for Homer Center, approaching the 2-minute mark of the fourth quarter. Tanner Yancey. Gearhart will cycle through on the right side. Yancey will get a screen from him. And then Dylan Palmer all over him, smashing into him a couple of times. Yancey finally pushes him back. The foul is called on Dylan Palmer. It's his first, and it is the 7th team foul. So Yancey will step to the free throw line. That's the one guy I think that, well, there are a couple of them, that Homer or Saltsburg doesn't want him on the line.
Tanner's a good foul shooter. 3 or 4 here tonight.
And he has a 1-and-1, and no, it's a 2-shot. Why?
Yeah,
Why are they giving him a
2-shot.
2-shot?
Oh,
he wasn't shooting.
That can't be.
But they
had Donnie Stitt saying that too.
That should have been a 1-and-1, and he missed it. Now the officials are going to have to get together.
Yeah, that's a good pickup on Donnie's part. That was a 1-and-1, and he did miss the shot.
So what they're going to do is they're going to...
Saltsburg will get the ball in bounds.
They'll call that a held ball. The only thing they can do.
Wildcats are doing everything to try to lose this ball game.
So Shirley is on the floor for Saltsburg. And Keith Fry, the official, explaining to Kobe Doherty. Now Bob Rado is upset, and
I don't think
he's got a
there's any
right to be
argument.
as well.
He was fouled on the floor. It was not a shooting foul. It was a one-on-one, and he missed the shot.
There has to be a rule to cover a situation such as that.
You're right.
They must be enacting it. So Homer Center will lose the chance to have this basketball, and Roman in a tie ball game.
I think what they're arguing is a possession arrow change, and I don't think it did.
Here comes Tyler Roman for Saltsburg. Shirley with the basketball. 1:45 left in the fourth. Evanek is all over Shirley. Roman near midcourt. Lob it over to Dylan Palmer. Left side, and now here's Shirley. Up top for Tyler Roman. Here is Palmer. Gibbons is on the right. Gibbons will penetrate. He'll go low for Cindric. Doherty steps in front, intercepts for Homer Center.
Good move. Get the ball out front and take your time. Homer's been in enough of these games that they ought to know how to win them. They have not so far this year.
1:14 to go. Homer Center with the basketball, tied at 41. Tanner Yancey, as they look for somebody to make a backdoor cut.
When you were talking earlier about moving this zone out, the only reason I wouldn't do that is Homer's shown an ability or inability to handle the ball. They're turning it over too many times. So sit back and make them make a play. They haven't done that.
55 seconds left.
They're going to play for one, I think.
They do play for one. They figure they've got overtime, if nothing else. Henry now. And the Wildcats will keep it for as long as Saltsburg will let them. Yancey.
Yeah, they got to run Kobe in behind there. Get the defense looking out, and then maybe sneak in behind for an easy layup.
This possession started with 55 seconds left. There are 25 now.
Wonder if he's going to call a time and set something up with like 15.
Gerhardt, Yancey, 18. Bob Rado signals the timeout with 15.3 seconds left. Tied at 41. Wildcats going to try to set up a game-winning play. Indiana Regional Medical Center High School basketball night. AM 1160, 101.1 FM. Just give me 30 seconds, please. Game-winning play.
Yeah, we're talking about Tanner Yancey has yet to score in this entire half. It's been pretty bizarre. I mean, this has been a defensive struggle. There are two ways about it. The way a playoff game generally is, and these teams always seem to do this.
In the Heritage South, Ligoniers at 9-0, United 5-4, Homer Center 4-4, Saltsburg at 3-6. Everybody's in it so far.
Yeah.
They've still got half the schedule left to play on the south side.
And keep in mind, Homer's had 3 overtime games. They've lost them all. So they would like to win this one.
12 seconds left. Jonathan Gerhardt to Tanner Yancey with 9. Back to Gerhardt. Here comes Yancey, 6 seconds. They'll try to drive it. Cut off across the Gerhardt. Baseline, Doherty, jumper from 15. It is in and out. Evanek can't get the tip. We're going overtime. 41-41. It is an Indiana Regional Medical Center High School basketball night on AM 1160, 101.1 FM, and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Six points.
Just give me one here, please.
8-6. It's like 6 in favor of Saltsburg. Neither team had double digits in either quarter in the second half. And we're looking at 18 fouls for Homer Center, 7 for Saltsburg, just to set you up. So that means any foul is a shooting foul. 1-1 at this point.
Evanek and Cindric will jump it up for Saltsburg. Roman, Shirley, Palmer, Gibbons, and Cindric. For Homer Center, Henry, Evanek, Gearhart, Doherty, and Yancey. And the Wildcats control the tip. Jonathan Gearhart to Tanner Yancey. To the baseline in the right corner for Blake Henry. Back out front it comes. There's Gearhart for Homer Center. Henry. Blake puts it on the floor. Patient offense for Homer Center.
Yeah, it's important, I think, they score here. They got to have the lead. They're not going to be doing too well if they have to chase.
Kobe Doherty to Tanner Yancey. Out of the high post for Jaden Evanek. Cindric will step out, block that shot away. Then Palmer is grabbed on the arm by Evanek. And the foul was going to send Dylan Palmer to the free throw line for Homer Center as Evanek commits his 4th. Dylan Palmer 3 for 4 from the line in the 4th quarter, 3 for 5 overall.
Jaden did a little head fake here that was not bought. He did not buy it.
Ryan Sardone is going to replace Blake Henry for Homer Center.
Give Homer a little more size inside, but they really haven't taken advantage of that.
Saltsburg has not led tonight. And they don't yet, as the miss by Palmer and Sardone flashes in for the rebound. Here comes Jaden Evanek for Homer Center, tied at 41. We've been tied at 41 for quite some time.
Yeah, it seems like it, doesn't it?
Tanner Yancey to the right side, Kobe Doherty. Here's Yancey. Left side for Gearhart. They work around the perimeter again. Evanek's in the high post, Sardone in the low. Yancey. And he has the basketball out front. He and Doherty will flip it back and forth.
See, everybody's super cautious. They don't want to make a bad pass here, and I don't blame them.
Doherty on the wing. There's a 3. It is good. Kobe Doherty puts Homer Center up by 3.
Remember, Kobe made the shot to tie the game at West Shamokin and sent that one into overtime. Same kind of a shot. Nice ball movement.
Evanek will kick this pass the length of the floor out of bounds. Kobe Doherty has 2 buckets tonight, both 3-pointers.
If he gets set like he did, he's a set shooter. That's what he did. He caught the pass, kind of got himself bracketed, and nice follow-through.
Here comes Tyler Roman for Saltsburg to the corner. Shirley, 3-pointer goes off the top of the glass. Cindric's rebound, puts it back up. Sardone goes up with him. Ryan is called for the foul, sending Dylan Cindric to the free throw line.
I thought the top, but no, I guess not. It's in play. That thing went off the top of the backboard and down.
So Dylan Cindric, first free throw is off.
Smokes. Suddenly Saltsburg's foul shooting has gone south on him.
Another one coming. Brady Yard back onto the floor, replacing Shirley for the Trojans. Second shot for Cindric, and that one won't go. Evanek tips the ball, but it's chased down by Cindric to Roman, and up top for Gibbons. Josh up top for Dylan Palmer. Palmer out to Roman. Across the top he finds Gibbons. Roman again. The two of them will play catch with long passes.
Yeah, you gotta watch.
There's another of those soft ones there.
Roman's a guy that wants to shoot it.
Tyler will go into the low post, and then back out front it comes. There's Gibbons on the wing for 3, and it's short. Rebound chased down by Evanek. 2:03 left in the overtime. Homer Center leads it by 3. Left side for Yancey. Jumper. Short. Will get after the rebound. Oh, he tipped it off his own leg.
Well, that's a shot Tanner normally knocks down. Just didn't get it. I mean, everybody's shooting tight. You can see just the way they're releasing. I don't know why. Gibbons took that shot. That was a long 3 there. They've got plenty of time here.
Calandrilla back on the floor for Saltsburg. He has the basketball. And to the corner for Roman. Cindric up top for Gibbons. They work it around the perimeter again.
Good movement.
Gibbons. Mid-post jumper, no. Cindric will tip it out of bounds. Well, the Trojans are set up to run a perimeter offense. They've tried to get it into the lane a couple of times, not successful. Timeout on the floor. 44-41. Homer Center leads it. Indiana Regional Medical Center High School basketball night on AM 1160, 101. (44-41). Homer Center the lead in overtime on a Kobe Doherty jumper.
You don't want to get into the techniques of how you eat a Tootsie Ball. Some roll them around, some lick them, some pull them in and out. There's 100 ways of doing that. I use all techniques. I'm sure that excites the SeaWorld audience.
Inbounds is to Jaden Ivanek of the Wildcats. Here comes Dylan, or rather Tanner Yancey.
Homer has been so careless with the ball. Now they're extending this zone. They tried a little full court, try to get Homer out of their rhythm a little bit. They're going to come out now.
John Gearhart, Trojans recognizing that there's difficulty. They're going to go to the free throw line again.
This is what got Homer in this position. They're free throws shooting, so now there's an opportunity to improve on your position here. If he makes this, it's a 2-point possession game.
Homer Center 6 out of 17 from the line in the game, and Gearhart rolls this one in.
It all counts.
Another one coming. The lead is 4. Yard back in for Saltsburg.
More importantly, it makes it a 2-possession game.
Gearhart 1 out of 2. Calendrilla the rebound, turns it up the floor for Saltsburg with 1:19 left in the overtime.
They need to score.
To the foul line, jumper. Won't go. Rebound, Sardone and Yancey will come away with it.
Now you don't attack. You force Saltsburg to foul. Use the clock.
1:06 to go. Trojans try to get after the ball. Here's Doherty, Ivanek in the high post. That's the one they want to foul, but they don't get after it. And Calendrilla will try to get it away from Yancey. Tanner pulled it away, and the foul call is going to send Tanner to the free throw line. And that is only the 10th team foul, or 9th team foul.
Yep.
So it's still a 1-1.
Even if he makes both of these, it's a 2-possession game. Homer can do no better than that.
Got his first one.
But they're both threes, and certainly Saltsburg capable of making those. This game's far from over. 56 seconds is an eternity.
46-41, and the second one is good.
Big toss.
After struggling at 6 of 17,
that's been terrible.
Wildcats have hit 3 out of 4 in overtime. There's Palmer. Saltsburg needs points. Roman, that's long three. It won't go. He'll chase after the rebound and put another 3 up. That's in and out. Doherty the rebound for Homer Center.
Boy, Kobe's played big tonight. He's made some big rebounds and a couple of huge shots.
Jaden Ivanek for Homer Center. 30.9 seconds to go as he is fouled. Homer Center has outscored Saltsburg 6-0 in the overtime so far, and Ivanek comes to the line.
And I'm sure Bob didn't want him to get fouled. Just get rid of the ball. Don't let them foul you, because he's had such a bad 1 out of 8.
It is double bonus, and so he'll shoot 2 here and miss the front.
He's really aiming the ball now. He's struggled all night trying to figure this out. Technique's not bad. He's just not getting it over the front of the rim.
Second one is up and over the rim, but Yancey the offensive rebound. 27 seconds to go, and another foul will put Doherty on the line, but this one is pretty well sealed up for Homer Center.
It'd be a lot better if Kobe makes one of these. That'll make it a 3-possession game.
26.1 seconds to go. And Kobe's first trip to the line, he hits this one.
He's got some very good technique. He uses that same technique when he takes his trays. As I said, he's a spot shooter. Does a nice job of that. It's a 3-possession game now.
Here comes another. And he got them both. They look good. 8 points for Kobe. 24 seconds to go. Dylan Palmer to Tyler Roman to the corner for Shirley. And then it's kicked by Doherty. So with 19.2 seconds to go, trailing by 8, Saltsburg will bring it in.
Homer offensively weren't real clean, but what made the difference tonight has been that defense.
Tyler Roman, 3 ball. No, but he's fouled by Evanek, and he's going to get 3 more. Jaden Evanek has fouled out. So the one thing you don't want to do is foul a three-point shooter.
You don't want to stop the clock and then top it off, make it a 3-point or 3-shot foul. And Jaden did both of those.
Roman has already hit a 3-shot foul in this game, and he's going to do another. Evanek comes over. Bob has 30 seconds to get somebody in, and he does Chris Ober. So Jaden Evanek has had an adventurous night here tonight. He'll finish with 9 points.
1 of 10 from the free throw line. He's going to be tossing and turning tonight.
First one is good by Roman. Well, the thing is, all activities at Homer Center are canceled tomorrow, including basketball practice, so not shooting them here. 2 for 2 for Roman. He is now 5 for 5 in the game, and a chance for another 3-point play from the free throw line. And Saltsburg's going to call timeout before this last shot, because they want to have him hit this and then get the basketball back as quickly as they can.
They still have a chance.
6-point game. He could make it a 5-point game with this free throw with 16.5 seconds to go. Then if Homer
I'm not sure what the hardcore guys are over there sitting on the floor.
They're rowing a canoe. Look at them go.
They're having fun.
Theater majors. Here comes Tyler Roman to try to convert his 3rd shot here. I don't think I've ever seen a game where a guy had 2 3-shot fouls, and he made them all. And he just did. 15 seconds to go. They're trying to foul Tanner Yancey. They can't catch up to him. 11 seconds left to Doherty. Chris Ober. Ober with 6.6 seconds to go. He'll be fouled by Roman.
That was all Tanner Yancey there.
Chris to the line. Shooting 2. Bobcats have had, these will be the 9th and 10th free throws of the overtime. And he got that one.
Yeah, I would figure Chris to make these. Good shooter.
They have made as many free throws in the overtime as they did in the whole game. 6.
That's not saying a whole lot, is it?
Now they've made more as Ober hits another. It's 51-44 with 6 seconds to go. Tyler Roman from almost at midcourt. 3 won't go. Horn will sound in overtime. The Homer Center Wildcats defeat the Saltsburg Trojans 51-44. Our First Commonwealth Bank postgame show is next. First Commonwealth Bank, time to be first, member FDIC. It's an Indiana Regional Medical Center high school basketball night on AM 1160 and 101.1 FM. Give me through Luther Ford, please.